Welcome to Equipment Safety Training for Landscaping Personnel at Dallas Baptist University. A quote from Ben Franklin sets the tone for our discussion today. He that's secure is not safe. We can accurately apply this to equipment safety. We can never be too secure when working with equipment that we let our guard down and compromise our safety. So let's begin by defining equipment safety. It is the operation of landscaping equipment free from actual or potential hazards. In this training, we will discuss the most common safety equipment concerns of our department. These topics are not inclusive of all the equipment we use, but will give a good introductory lesson on safety awareness. These include weed trimmer safety, walk-behind mower safety, large mower safety, gator safety, vehicular safety, and other equipment. So let's get started with weed trimmer safety. Remember these important guidelines for weed trimming safety. Before starting a trimmer, make sure there is good clearance and no one is in close proximity that could be injured. Make sure to inspect the trimmer and that the spark plug wire is attached securely. Fuel tank cap is on tight and the shaft is not bent. Be sure to be wearing eyewear before starting the trimmer. Boots and long pants are also required PPE when trimming. Never leave power equipment unattended with the engine running. Do not try to change string in spool while engine is running. Always be aware of your surroundings while trimming and look for pedestrians who may walk close to where you are working. If the trimmer dies repetitively and will not run with the choke off, tag it for service and replace in rack at the shop. Be aware and deliberate about safety with trimmers, and it will become habit to protect yours and others' safety. Now let's talk about walk-behind mower safety. For gasoline units, add fuel to the tank outdoors before starting the machine. Do not add gasoline to a running or hot engine, and never leave the machine running in an enclosed area. Be sure to wear appropriate PPE, which includes boots, long pants, and eye protection. Be sure to inspect the unit before starting. Make sure the fuel cap is on tight. Make sure the wheels are all set at the same mowing level. And check that the rear grass catcher is secured in place. Pick up any loose objects in the lawn that might damage the blades or fly out from under the mower and hurt someone. Turn the mower off and wait for blades to stop before adjusting the grass catcher or the wheel sets. These procedures will help to prevent accidents where operators, co-workers, or pedestrians are injured. Next, let's talk about large mower safety. It is important to always wear the proper PPE before operating a large mower. This includes boots, long pants, long sleeve shirt, eye protection, and ear protection. First, walk around the unit and inspect its condition. Check for low tire pressure. Make sure the deck is level to pavement. Fuel the unit. Make sure the fuel cap is on securely. And look under the unit for any leaking residue. It is also good to periodically check the oil before starting machine as well. After fueling, Turn the motor on and try out the turns, forward and reverse, to make sure the unit is operating correctly. If the unit does not perform correctly, do not mow with it and send in for servicing. As well documented, the DBU slopes are very steep to mow and push our large four-wheel drive mowers to maximum capacity. At least 2 years of experience is required for large mower operators to work safely and effectively on the university most severe slopes. We have some of the best mowing personnel in the state, and it shows as our hills are maintained at a high level year-round. To perform this task routinely with a great safety record, staff must be very conscientious about safety at all times. When mowing, be sure to check the first pass of cut grass for deck height problems and scalping issues. Always turn the motor off and let the blade stop before adjustments to deck height are made. Also be sure to wash large mowers at least every other week to prevent unnecessary corrosion of the unit's frame and components. Being cautious, knowing how the machine can perform, and how to mow properly up and down is critical, not only for the safety of the operator, but for the care of the equipment and a nice cut of grass when finished. Now let's discuss gator safety. Here are some important reminders of how to operate gators safely. Gators are for work and not for play. Always sit down completely in the bed if riding in cargo area. Come to a complete stop before switching gears. Pay attention to those riding and avoid sharp turns. Warn passengers about sharp turns. Never back down a hill with a heavy load, because the gator can flip over backward easily. Always check fuel level before taking off from the shop area. Never stand up in the cargo box of a gator while it is moving. And those who race gators are subject to suspension or termination of employment. Always watch for pedestrians while driving. Obey stop signs and one-way signs on DBU streets. And finally, be extra careful when dumping a load and watch for the proximity of bystanders who may be injured. Now let's discuss a few items about vehicular safety. Here are some general rules that each of you who are driving DBU vehicles should adhere to. Think about others continuously when you drive. Think about how safe your passengers are and pedestrians walking on the DBU streets. Vehicles can kill easily with carelessness. And do not stand up in the back of a moving truck bed. Never stand between a moving truck and the trailer attached to it. Follow all street signs and speed limit signs. Slow down early before a stop. Always set the emergency brake and set tires toward the downhill curb when parking on the slope. Do not needlessly damage the body of our trucks by being careless. And finally, if you are in a bad mood or dealing with some type of frustration, let someone else drive. There are many other types of equipment the landscape department uses at DBU, but these units are only accessible by employees with clearance from supervisors. The department and university require operational certifications on much of this equipment. So let's review what we've covered. We discussed weed trimmer safety, walk-behind mower safety, large mower safety, gator safety, vehicular safety, and other equipment. This concludes the DBU equipment safety training video. Now go on to the other lesson materials and final exam.